There are very few things in this world that I have a strong dislike for, but I can say with every fiber of my being, I despise being treated in a demeaning way. And that primarily has to do with, I'm 18. I am legally an adult by not only my state standards, but by the standards of the military. Really, the basic gist of guidelines for which an older person can partake in starts at this age. And when I feel those rights that I have waited for so long are being neglected or declined, it just feels as if there's something wrong with the setting I find myself in. I've had individuals since December 28th, that was when I turned 18, tell me that you have to be 21 before you have certain rights, such as being able to walk wherever you want. And certainly I can follow guidelines of being at home at this time, but to not be able to cross the street in broad daylight or be out of the house in broad daylight with the explicit instruction of where you are is completely ridiculous at 18, and certainly what it was at 17 and 16, because there comes a time where you have to allow people to be themselves. And I really feel as if this consistent demographic of just every person of minority or just person my age must live by the setting of someone else is just really disgusting to me. It bothers me. And it bothers me because I feel as if it was promised to me throughout and I know it was promised to me throughout my childhood, through all the years of just growing up, that once you hit 18, that's really when you will be able to determine or call the shots when it comes to most things that you are involved in. And I was in agreement with that policy. Obviously, in my younger years, I thought it was never going to happen. But lo and behold, 2 months ago, it did. And it seems bizarre to me that even in it happening, we have this sudden reverse, as if that cannot be done. As if every single thing must be still in the direction of a quote-unquote authoritative figure. I don't see any problem with being able to determine what I want to do, or being able to essentially be myself. And I'm not being allowed that in the context of turning 18, and it's ridiculous. It is completely and totally ridiculous. And it's so funny because I kind of hyped it up a little bit when it was coming up, and they were already showing indications of reversing it or acting as if there was some further time gap I would have to wait, and that shouldn't be the case. The only reason I even comply is because I am not the person who seeks confrontation or likes confrontation. I'd rather just go through life in a way that does not arouse the anger or controversy of other people. But at the same time, I have things that I want to do, and they don't particularly affect anyone else, so why am I not allowed to do them? It makes no sense to me. And you have to let people grow up sometimes, what I'm getting at. Excuse me. And it bothers me that every day since, and it's been 2 months, we're in the exact same spot, and it tears away at me. It makes me feel a type of way that just arouses my frustration and really disillusions me with life beyond this point. And yes, there's always the claim that nothing lasts forever, but if that's the case, this should have ended by now, and it still hasn't. So this is really me just attempting to convey the idea that it's not right to hold someone to this idea that they will become an adult at a set age, and then when it actually happens, have a reverse because you set it so far away that you didn't think it would ever happen, and now it has. And there seems to be this fear of that. I don't get it. So that's me venting. I just really frustrated with things not changing. I've become more despondent as time has gone on. But I just really feel the only reason I even put up, because again, I have the option of putting up with this stuff. And I just really don't want to have the controversy or have the arguments or have these disputes. So that's my view. I'm fed up with it. It is something that I really don't believe should still be going on. But that's how life is, I guess. Have a good day.